Greetings and welcome to Ask the Gardener, sponsored and hosted by Gardening Adventures. I'm Dr. Manetta, and I just wanted to share with you some quick tips for the month of June. If you haven't had an opportunity to view this video, you can go to our YouTube page and get the full length of the training and teaching for the month of June. We are in the midst of probably the third day of summer, and the temperatures for my zone area 8B today is 90 degrees. The humidity makes it feel like it's about 95. So I won't be on long because of the warm temperatures. We're on our Tropical Paradise patio where we have created container gardening for this summer. And you can see in the picture in the background, we have a variety of container planters that we created, as well as hibiscus, wax begonias, some ferns. I saw these at the box stores for about $75, and I was able to do a DIY, or I call it MYI, make it yourself, planters for the patio. And so this evening I just want to share with you our quote for the month of June is, I like gardening, and it's a place where I find myself when I need to lose myself. Gardening, a place, a space, a peace, of joy, of rest, of therapy for many of us who are gardeners. With my time, early in the morning is my preferred time. I do my best gardening in the morning after my walk and pray, and then I spend probably about an hour or so in the gardening, whether it's watering or pruning or planting, whatever the activity is for the garden. I have a variety of gardens. I have a vegetable garden, herb garden. I do plants, I do vegetables, I do flowers. We have scrubberies, trees. I'm a full-time, all-around gardener. And so as we are sharing with you tips, strategies, and resources, that it will be a blessing to you as well. And so June 21st was the official first day of summer, but for many gardeners, it is full heat already. Yes, as I said, it's 90. We've had some 95 degrees here in zone 8B. And I know last week around the country, temperatures were up to 118 in the California, Las Vegas areas. And so you have to be very wise in your gardening now regarding watering your garden. So if you're still planting, you can plant as much of your warm season garden now. But planting and gardening chores continue this month in spite of the heat and the humidity. I was waiting to do this teaching and podcast when the temperature would go down, and it didn't go down, so I said let me jump on and just do it real fast. And so I want to share with you some checklists for you to stay current with your June gardening chores as you go into July. Always remember that you can consult with your local garden experts. I'm here in the Montgomery area. And so some of our services that we offer are available to you regarding the best time to plant, to water, to harvest, to sow, all of those questions that you may have. So number one, plan. You want to plan to be successful with your gardening. Remember, last year when you had so many zucchini and tomatoes and cucumbers that you didn't know what to do with them, make a plan for creative ways to use your supply harvest so that it doesn't go to waste. And so having a water plan is important as well in place, because you will have those temperatures that hit 90 degrees, 100 degrees. When your temperatures go to 86 and above, you want to definitely have a watering plan. It may require, if you're doing container gardening, it may require that you do it twice a day. So make sure you have a watering plan to ensure your garden gets adequate irrigation when rainfall levels are low and temperatures are high. Okay? The second point is preparation. Prepare for success from planting, watering, weeding, and even harvesting. June keeps you as a gardener very busy, and it's good to set goals for your garden. Provide support structures or stakes or cages for your cucumbers, your beans, or your tomatoes or your peas. Be on the lookout for garden pests like stink bugs and grasshoppers and snails and slugs and caterpillars. They can do damage overnight to your garden. Overnight, I've seen clients and customers where they have ravished their gardens overnight. And so you want to be on the lookout to do some pest control. Now I use some home remedies. You can use the cayenne pepper. You can use the neem oil. There's several others that I have shared in previous programs that you can go back and look at. But make sure all your planted beds, both edible and oriented, are adequately, you gotta put the mulch, you gotta mulch your garden beds or your containers to suppress and to eliminate and control weeds and preserve your soil moisture. Many times we leave the mulching out, and you wouldn't have to water your containers or your garden beds as much. You can hear our birds in the background. We have morning birds that come to our bed baths that we have for them. We have feeding bed feeders for in our front, in our back, and in our middle garden. And so we are taking care of nature as well. The last one that I want to mention just briefly, another P, is pests. And how many of you have had challenges controlling the pests? From planting, watering, weeding, and even harvesting. June keeps a gardener busy, and the only problem is that the pests and the bugs are also busy too, and they love a thriving garden as much as you do. So there's some natural ways to get rid of destructive pests and insects, and I'm going to share with you those maybe in an upcoming video again. And as always, cultivating strong and healthy plants will go a long way to deterring unwanted and damaging garden pests. So start with healthy soil. One of the little tricks that I recommend is, if you're doing container gardening, is boil some water. Have some boiling hot water, and before you plant in that container is to pour this boiling hot water, and that will eliminate a lot of pests and bugs that may be in your soil. Okay, that's just a quick tip. And then make sure you have adequate sunlight and water, and so your next purchasing and attracting good bugs for organic pest control will also help you win the bug battle. How many of you are in a bug battle right now and you've given up? And I'm saying, don't quit. We're going to be victorious during this time of the season in our gardening. And so when we look at the sowing and planting, I call it succession planting. You can start preparing for your fall harvest or your fall planting, and you can do succession. And so if you have maybe one tomato plant and you are in a zone that harvests up to frost, which could be October, November, you have enough time to plant beans, cucumbers, something that has a short day of maturity for you from that standpoint. So get ready for your fall gardening by planting seeds of tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, things that will mature in the next 90 days. I'm going to do the equation of if you have enough time to plant certain vegetables before the first frost date in your area. And so you can look at two right now in zone 4 through 6. You can harvest beets, turnips, kale, lettuce, cauliflower, broccoli, and asparagus. And then zone 7 through 10, and I'm in zone 8, you can harvest beets, squash, spinach, corn, beans, cucumber, tomatoes, peppers, potatoes, eggplants. It sounds like that Shirley Caesar song. I got beans, greens, tomatoes, you know what it is. But I have had a great harvest that has been taking place during the month of June, and expecting even a greater harvest. And so I'm encouraging you, don't forget, make notes about your fruits and your vegetables that are super tasty, as well as the annuals that are thriving, or the bugs that you are being challenged by that are munching on your vegetable. You only think you will remember, but you don't want, because you will kick yourself later. You won't remember, beloved. I have multiple gardens, and it's hard because I have a schedule. I'm able to manage the garden, the vegetables, the plants, the flowers, because of scheduling and because of a calendar that I have in my phone, on my iPad, on my computer, on the refrigerator. For instance, tomorrow is Friday, and I call that Fertilized Friday. So that's the day that I have the cycle to fertilize plants, vegetables, herbs, whatever's in the garden. I fertilize on Friday, whether it's a 7-day or 14-day cycle. On Friday, I do fertilizing. Okay, so that's just a little quick tip. I hope these tips and strategies and resources have been beneficial to you. This is Ask the Gardener, brought to you by Gardening Adventures. This is Dr. Hare. Have a happy gardening season, and we look forward to you being back with us again. Have a great day.